So what is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new Fortnite Battle Royale video here on my channel. So I think it's safe to say that we can all agree on the fact that seasons in Fortnite throughout the existence of Fortnite Battle Royale go even quicker as time progresses on in the existence and the world of Fortnite Battle Royale. It almost seems like yesterday since the release of Season 7 in Fortnite, where the iceberg collided into the map within the Season 7 trailer after the close approach of it nearing the map towards the final days of Season 6. Despite the fact that Season 7 is officially the longest ever season in terms of duration that we've seen thus far in Fortnite Battle Royale's history, there's been so many cool events, cosmetics, map changes and overall innovations that Epic Games have implemented, which has ultimately sidetracked our attention off the fact that the season will be ending soon, that it has crept up all the way right now from it being 3 weeks away from Season 8 officially being revealed, firstly by Epic Games, the developers of Fortnite themselves. And with that being said, with time creeping closer each and every individual day towards the release of Season 8, there's been tons of leaks, rumours and information spread around the community regarding Season 8 and what it's going to entail for us in terms of the theme, the battle pass skins, the map changes, everything you can possibly imagine. So make sure you're sticking around and watching the full video, because this video is going to be action packed and compact, full of Season 8 information. Before we get into that information, very quickly however, I'd just like to quickly announce that I'm currently running a 5,000 free V-Buck giveaway on my channel right now, and here's how you guys can enter. All you need to do is simply leave a like on today's video, subscribe to my YouTube channel with post notifications turned on so you never miss a future upload when I upload whatever I upload, follow my Twitter linked in the video description down below, and upon doing all that, simply leave me a comment on today's video letting me know you've completed all those steps, whether you state the steps one by one in a list-like format or simply round it off and say, hey, I've entered the giveaway by completing all the steps, either one will qualify. To increase your odds of winning the giveaway, then make sure you're staying active and following all the steps announced on all my videos, as this giveaway will be advertised until February 20th when the giveaway winner will officially be announced. Good luck to everybody who'd like to enter, and now let's dive into talking about Season 8, and a great starting point I think to ultimately kick off the video with will be when Season 8 is going to start, as everybody's wondering, since Epic Games always change around dates and fiddle with things, whether it's one day prior, one day later or anything like that. With that being said, from looking around on the internet, I've managed to find a reliable source that usually predicts the start of seasons and when that will be in terms of the start date and time within that date, and this article states the following: new Fortnite seasons have historically launched in the hours after the preceding one finished, so it looks like Fortnite Season 8's release date will be Thursday, February 28th. In terms of a start time, Epic Games typically begins server downtime for their new Fortnite seasons at 9 AM UK time, which is 4 AM Eastern time and 1 AM Pacific time. So for the fans in the UK, Fortnite Season 8 is likely to launch at 9 AM on the big release day in February 2019. This article, like I said, has been spot on in the past in predicting several, not all, of the release dates of new seasons. However, I don't want you guys to have your heart completely set on it releasing this date, or booking your day off work, or just generally working your life around it so you have a full day free to play Fortnite Season 8. Make sure that Epic Games are confirming the date before anything goes ahead in terms of getting the day off work or planning around it to actually play it all day, because I know a lot of people like to do that, including myself. It will either be around this time or on this exact date, but we're yet to know for certain. We know that Epic Games have moved around dates in the past in terms of starting new seasons, because Fortnite Season 6 was meant to start on the 1-year anniversary of Fortnite Battle Royale, but released the day after. This predominantly means and goes to show that Epic Games aren't too bothered about appealing to particular time frames or events for certain, if it means affecting the performance and overall reviews of their game, because they want to perfect everything before the servers go live, especially with a new season, so everybody can hop on and have the most fun and full experience as they possibly can. Either way, regardless, I'll be updating you guys as soon as I get some solidified information or Epic Games confirm the release date themselves, and everything to do with Season 8 that goes for, not just the release date, everything in terms of the theme, the battle pass, and everything coming to the game to start and kick off the new season, being Fortnite Season 8. You guys, I'm guessing, won't want to be missing out on that, so make sure you are subscribing to the channel right now, as I'm very close also to 100,000 subscribers at the time of me recording this video, and honestly it would mean the world, as well as benefit you guys too, so you know everything that's going to be coming and all the information entailed about Fortnite Season 8. Speaking of the theme of Fortnite Season 8, which we just briefly mentioned, that's going to be the next talking point of today's video, as mentioned also in the title. So it goes without saying that every season we can predict the theme of the next one that's upcoming, and that is no different for Fortnite Season 8. This is usually down to various reasons of what's going on currently in Fortnite Battle Royale as the kind of second stage of the season that we're currently in. As you guys know, we always get two parts to a season, like we saw with the Ice Storm event, concluding the first half of why Polar Peak initially got flooded up and collided with the Fortnite Battle Royale map, as the Ice King wanted to ultimately make it his kingdom, covering it entirely in snow snow and ice, and now that we know that that storyline has ended, from the prisoner escaping today at the time of me recording this video and basically reverting the map to what it once was. With this happening and with the map being reverted, we know that the second part of the season has started because there's two events that occur each season. One main big live event, which was the Ice Storm event, and one that's hyped up and slowly develops towards the end of the season and then is revealed in the next seasonal trailer, exactly how we could predict and see the start of Season 7 occur. In the second half of Season 6, upon the butterfly event ending, there was an ice fog cloud appearing in the far outskirts and distance of the Fortnite Battle Royale map, and it grew closer day by day, and upon the kind of ending days of Fortnite Season 6, we could determine that there was an iceberg behind it with many floating tiny icebergs surrounding it, and we knew the driving force for this was the wind being the fog cloud initially, and that it was going to ultimately and inevitably collide with the Fortnite Battle Royale map, which would be the seasonal map change for Season 7, and that got revealed in the Season 7 trailer. Epic Games also like to appeal to the seasonal reality of what's currently going on in real life to give people a realistic feel in the game. For example, with Season 7, the reason we got these wintry map changes is because, I mean, we're around the theme and overall main prospect of winter being the Christmas period, hence why there was so many Christmas themed things in the battle pass and also cosmetics that came to the item shop and various other ways. So with this being said, and this main second event starting and occurring ultimately to entail these big map changes happening in Season 8, and the fact that we know that Epic Games like appealing seasonal reality of what's going on in real life implemented within their game, we can conclude that this ice is going to be melted, ultimately resulting in the Fortnite Battle Royale map being reverted and restored to which it once was in the end of Season 6, and that will be occurring around the start of spring. So obviously in spring we don't have any snow, however I don't believe spring to be the main theme and prospect behind Season 8, as there's always an underlying theme that ultimately takes over and is revealed more throughout the season progresses. For example, we thought that Fortnite Season 7 was going to be a Christmas theme just simply because of the fact that it would have been an easy choice for Epic Games to go with, because everybody loves the OG Christmas skins, which many returned to the item shop during this Christmas period, and the fact that there would be no real storyline. However, since Season 4 or the end of Season 3, we've always seen an underlying storyline of why the map has developed in the way that it has, and live events in the game have always occurred to complement this factor. Because of this, Fortnite Season 7 was not predominantly just a Christmas themed season with no storyline to it, rather the underlying theme being a power junkie, the Ice King, wanting to create a realm or kingdom of his own on the Fortnite Battle Royale map. So with that being said, the overall prospect for this spring kind of occurring season, starting at the start of spring, cannot just be spring itself. It has to have an underlying storyline to ultimately shape and make sense of the Fortnite Battle Royale map changes occurring in Season 8 and even to start Season 9. So with us coming to our final days of Season 7, knowing that the prisoner skin was the Ice King's rival, the Fire King, and is ultimately reverting and destroying the realm that the Ice King has created, starting from the Wailing Woods region and effectively going to obviously just completely revert it, even maybe reverting Polar Peak to a normal castle. We can dig into this and infer before anything happens what's going to be going on when this melting process hits the normal area of which was snowy at the start of Season 7 to begin with, because there's so much ice. Literally, Greasy Grove, which once was a named location in Season 6, is entirely flooded over and frozen. So does this mean upon all of this major ice kind of map melting that there is going to be a flooded section and an underwater theme being the underlying storyline kind of basis of Fortnite Season 8? Well, this may be more true than we think. So the first thing to consider upon opening your mind to a Fortnite flood, and that being the main basis of an underwater theme in Fortnite Season 8, is the fact that Fortnite can't really perform any more drastic environmental changes besides a flood. I mean, they've had a meteor hit the map, they've had a collision with the map from an iceberg, so what's next? An earthquake? Well, that's been leaked in the game's files and ultimately would make sense and point towards a flood happening within Fortnite Battle Royale. I mean, usually they try and disguise these kind of events that are going to occur, even if it's in the game's files. They usually codename it different to what's actually going to be going on. For instance, with this fog, what was named in the game's files with an iceberg behind it, we thought initially that there was going to be some drastic wind hitting the map, however it turned out to be an iceberg colliding with it. So could this earthquake be a kind of blanket term for an earthquake occurring but forcing a tsunami because of the, disagreement with two tectonic plates going in different directions, hitting the Fortnite Battle Royale map and flooding a certain section. I definitely think this is a large possibility because Epic Games don't want everybody to know that there's going to be exactly what's happening in the game's files as the file names, so this could be a disguise like I just mentioned for a tsunami occurring, being a similar event to an earthquake and ultimately making sense of a flooded area on the map, perhaps sweeping a giant wave over the entire map, even flooding somewhere like Dusty Divot or Tilted Towers or anywhere that seems to have a lower section embedded in the map. Another prompting factor in making many people think that the next basis and theme of the next season, being Fortnite Season 8, will be an underwater theme is because of the fact we always get hints in the current battle pass of what is entailed in the next season. For example, in Season 3 we got the astronaut skins, and what happened in Season 3 towards the end of it, meteors came down from space, which ultimately was implied through these space themed skins being the astronauts. So what do we see in the Season 7 battle pass? Well, as you guys can see on your screen, here are some screenshots of underwater themed cosmetics that largely imply that we're going to be seeing some sort of underwater theme. If this happens, then as you can see, the skin in the thumbnail would be a large protagonist for the storyline, being the king of the underwater or the sea, being Neptune. What do you guys think, as we've seen many more water or underwater themed skins such as the scuba divers? So if they've already made skins based off the underwater environment or equipment that you will need to maneuver around in it, then that means that they could make more and include them within the battle pass for Season 8. What do you guys think? Either way, whether a flood occurs or a underwater theme is the predominant basis of Season 8, the dragons towards the Season 7 will have a large part in that occurring through the storyline development. Many people are also speculating that we will be seeing a dragon or medieval theme for Season 8 because of the dragon eggs and the fact we've already seen dragon based skins with people ultimately like worshipping them or in favour of them within Fortnite Battle Royale. Are dragons going to be responsible for the final melting process of the Fortnite Season 7 map where the ice is, predominantly near Polar Peak where most of it is actually located, due to the command of the released prisoner skin and him being the, owner or kind of master of these dragons? It's a very interesting theory, but either way, even if this tsunami does occur or not, or whether the dragons hatch and melt this final part of the Fortnite Battle Royale realm, it results ultimately in all this ice having somewhere to go, and that being maybe trapped or running off the edge of the Fortnite Battle Royale map without any trace of it, and the most likely situation we're placed in, where there's crevices and the water can't escape, being a flooded map, or at least a flooded section of it. With that being said, with all the references throughout this video being made and all the ideas put in place to point towards Season 8 occurring and being underwater themed, that concludes today's video. Hopefully you guys can stick around on the channel by subscribing, as well as show your support on today's video by leaving a like in it down below if you found it interesting. And as always, I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thank you all so much for the recent support on the channel. It's been amazing, and we're so close to 100,000 subscribers, so like I mentioned at the start of the video, all the support and new subscriptions would mean the world. Literally, if everybody watching up until this point in the video now hit the subscribe button who hasn't already, it would make a huge difference and definitely get me to 100,000 subscribers. Thank you all for watching one more time. Hopefully you guys can stick around for more Season 8 videos on the channel, and peace.